What is going on, everyone? Tim from Tirfon Orbital. So today's demo video is going to be for a Grifs Malus. This is actually for a very dear friend of mine, Albert from Smugglers Outpost. Albert did request to have his Malus installed. This is a Grifs Malus, right? If you don't know who Brad from Grifs Sabers or Grifs Lightsabers is, you are, I don't know who you are. Why are you even in the lightsaber hobby? So Brad has been around for a long time, and his products, I never shy away from showing off my own personal Grifs hilt. This is a Grifs Mark V. And so Griff is a machinist. He makes all of his stuff in-house, truly in-house. And it is a premium product. They are all beautiful. I've never seen a Grifs hilt that I didn't like. They're all very, very unique. As a matter of fact, he has a run that will be coming out soon, or that he's working on now. It is the Kenobi Unleashed that I am very honored to be a small bitty part of. But anyhow, this video is not about me. This is about Albert's lightsaber. So this is a Grifs Malus. Now I have done a Malus staff previously, which I believe was a one-off build from Griff. I installed for a customer. It was a like a hybrid chassis with a crystal chamber, and it was in a staff configuration. It was two hilts that could be coupled. Very, very beautiful hilts that come from Griff's lightsabers. So I want to talk a little bit about the chassis. The chassis is essentially the same chassis that went into the Malus staff. However, this one just doesn't have the upper crystal reveal. I also had to make a little bit of a change to this hilt. So this did not come with switches, like a control box. So the Grifs Malus staff had like a control box, a brass control box here. And this just had a hole here for a single switch. I actually added a second switch. Personally, I like using Proffieboard with two switches. So this is one of my brass tactile or brass momentary switches here. And there is a steel ball tactile switch in this as well. But other than that, beautiful hilt, really well made hilt. Let's come into Fusion and talk about the chassis. I need to slow down when I talk. I know I talk too quickly. Anyhow, so here it is, right? So here is the chassis. This is for the Grifs Lightsabers Malus, okay? Plenty of room inside of this hilt to get a 28mm speaker. One of the things that I like about this particular hilt is that it's like, it's over 28mm. So I think it was like 29mm on the inside. So plenty of room to play around with a big chassis design. You know, so we've got plenty of clearance for our battery cover and all of that good stuff, right? So starting at the bottom, we've got a 28mm speaker in this. This is, of course, from Smugglers Outpost. All right, I've got two wire channels where I can bring my leads up to the Proffieboard section. All right, so those are going to have my negative battery lead, my two speaker leads, and my two power leads from my kill switch. There's a kill switch just under here. Okay, we've got greeblies on each side of the chassis. Okay, Proffieboard does sit up in here. It will tuck up underneath this lip. Around the other side, let me get rid of all this stuff here. Around the other side, oh, shut up, Fusion. Around the other side, here's our battery cover. All right, this is in solid brass. It has been weathered. It is held in place with some rectangular neodymium magnets on each side of the chassis itself. Okay, and then the upper reveal section is here. All right, so this is typical of the type of aesthetic that I've been doing lately. With just like a lot of tube work, a lot of panels, but this whole thing was done in brass, right? So this whole upper section is solid brass, and then I went in and weathered everything, okay? Really like how this one came out. Oh, and of course, I've got two rectangular LEDs in here for a little bit of extra accent, okay? All of that marries up into this nipple here, and then this in turn marries up into the upper part of the hilt. All right, where I can bring my switches and then wire up my emitter. All right, so that's it. Let's come up top, get a look at this guy. All right, so here it is, the Grifs Malus. So what can I say about Grifs lightsabers that I haven't said before, right? So all of his stuff is machined in-house, truly in-house, okay? He is a very, very talented machinist. I'm actually just now realizing, if you look down in this pommel, probably not gonna come out on camera here. I mean, there's just a ton of detail in this pommel. There's like a little red gem in here. little red crystal. Just a fantastic looking hilt. Super unique, right? Just a really, really nice, classy looking hilt. A lot of detail, a lot of work goes into stuff like this. Okay, so let's talk about the chassis. All right, to get at your chassis, Albert, unthread your grip. So here is the chassis. Okay, we've got a full brass upper reveal section. This has been weathered, as well as the battery cover has been weathered. So the battery cover stays there nice and tight with those magnets. Here's one of your Darkside bass speakers. I prefer to use these. I love the bassy sound that comes out of these guys, so I typically put those in my builds. But that's it, and here's our Proffieboard down below. Okay. All right, so let's get a battery in this. To you, Albert, spring side is going to be your negative. I hope you realize that. If you don't, we've got problems. Spring side is down towards the speaker here. All right, so go ahead and put your battery in that battery tray. Hit your kill switch.
Carbon scoring. It looks like you boys have seen a lot of action.
So we've got 2 rectangular LEDs here. And there's our emitter. Emitter is from KR Sabers, the PCB emitter. Okay. All right. So that's it. I'm going to leave the grip off so we can come down to the camera, the nicer camera, and get a better look at that. But there it is. Grifs Malus with a hybrid chassis. Okay. Let's come down to the bottom. All right. I know I breezed through that really quickly, but hopefully Albert knows how to use a Proffieboard. So here it is. Okay. Full upper brass reveal section. There are those 2 rectangular LEDs, and then we've got our battery cover here as well. Just a great looking hilt, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this cover, this grip back on. All right. Okay, there we go. Sounds fantastic. So I don't know if this is going to come out on camera either, but the pommel here, if you can see that gem, it's like a crystal in there. Just a lot of detail in this pommel alone, right? A lot of work goes into this stuff, guys. This is not just, somebody designing something and having it done, by another machinist and then saying that it's theirs in-house. Like, he really does this stuff. Grif really does all this work in-house, and it's all really, really premium, high-quality stuff. The threads are super clean. Just a great feeling hilt too. All right, so let's put a blade in it. All right, so this will take a 1-inch blade. There is also a There's also a custom blade plug that comes with the hilt. All right, so I'm going to take that out. Albert, I think you know how set screws work, so I'm not even going to talk about that. Let's rest our blade on those PCB pins. There is a set screw around front here. Let's tighten that. We are ready to go here. So I have set this up with my own personal config. So a lot of the blade styles are really different, right? So we've got emitter flash down here for this original trilogy font. Okay, let's see what else we put on here. Really nice feeling hilt. Great sounding hilt. This is a really nice sounding hilt. So I've gone ahead and added, let's get a closer look at that for the YouTube thumbnail. So as I mentioned, I've added my momentary switch to the top of this. Okay, it's a brass hat momentary switch, and then at the bottom is your steel ball tactile switch. That one, the steel tactile switch, is going to serve as your aux. Okay. Ooh. I think this is Adrenaline from Grayscale. Sounds great.
The NASA team is ready for launch.
This is my font. This is Orbital.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Let's do one more.
What is it? Your father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight.
D-ring's rattling a little bit. All right, and that's it. Back to that original Graflex font. There we go. All right. So that's it. That's the Malus from Grifs Lightsabers for my dear friend Albert, one of my fellow smugglers, owner and operator of Smugglers Outpost, right? So, again, I mean, I can't speak highly enough of Grifs products. I've been fortunate enough to have a number of them come across my desk, and every time I'm really, really amazed, right? High quality stuff. So that's all I've got. To you, Albert, tell your mom I'm sorry I missed her call. I hope you enjoy this install. I love doing installs for my friends. This was an honor and a privilege, right? So anyhow, that's all I've got. If anyone has any questions about this particular install or anything really, please do not be a stranger. And with that being said, may the force be with you always. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching.